Welcome to In Conversation with MANWAR podcast. This podcast is brought to you by the Do Not Be a Bystander campaign. You can join us in raising awareness about bullying by visiting the donotbeabystander.com, and be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay informed about upcoming episodes. Today's participants are Shanza, Afza, and Faiza. Our special guest for today's episode is Jacqueline Bialo.
Welcome to our Bullying Awareness Podcast. I'm your host, MANWAR Khan. Today, I'm joined by three young individuals who are ready to share their thoughts and insights on the topic of respecting teachers. Respecting teachers and bullying can be related, as the way students perceive and treat their teachers can influence their behavior towards their peers. Our participants today they all have the same goal: eliminating bullying in school and their communities. These young individuals are very passionate about addressing the issue of bullying and willing to empower others. Our today's participants are Shanza, Afza, and Faiza. Thank you guys for
Hello.
joining. Before we continue, I would like to introduce our special guest for today's podcast, Jacqueline Biolo. Will shed some lights on respecting teachers and give some tips and advices to our participants and the viewers. I would like to talk a little bit about Jacqueline here. The former politician, motivational entrepreneur, arts and culture enthusiast, and community leaders provides unique insight into driving innovation, leveraging people's potential, and leading successful initiatives with passion and purpose. Jacqueline and I know her for at least, I would say, more than 7 years. And I have seen how passionate she is when it comes to the community work, helping others, and being there when a friend's in need. As a university educator, Jacqueline's strong academic focus is on management consultancy, human resources, and marketing research and communications. Jacqueline is a dynamic storyteller. Her experience and expertise in purpose driven leadership is motivating, but her inspiring passion and ability to connect with all the audience genuinely distinguish her. I could talk one more page about Jacqueline, but we don't have that much time. That's why I will stop right here. Um, Excellent. Thank you, Jacqueline. I really appreciate that you taking time out of your busy schedule to join here today with our participants and in the show. That means a lot to me.
It's my honor. Thank you so much. So proud of you, my friend.
Thank you. And now that we have introduced our participants and guests, let's get started with the question. My first question is for Afsa. Showing respect to teachers is important in several reasons. So my question is it's pretty straightforward. Why it is important to show respect to teachers? And how do you think respecting your teachers can contribute a positive learning environment?
Okay, so I think it's very important to respect our teachers because they are the ones who help us learn all the things we need to know to succeed in life. And yes, respecting our teachers can contribute to a positive learning environment because the more we respect them, the more they know they are valued and the more they're willing to help us. Because if you show respect to someone, they would feel honored and try to do the same. I think that's all I have to say.
Yeah, thank you. Wonderful. Great answer. Showing respect to teachers is, I would say, definitely create a positive learning environment. Okay, and next question is for Faiza. So showing respect to your teachers contributes significantly to your personal growth and development in several ways. How does showing respect to your teachers contribute to personal growth and development? Can you say something about that?
Sure. Teachers play a very important role in our lives as they are the ones educating and guiding us. If we are respectful towards them, they're most likely to know that they are appreciated and they are valued. And that would set a very good environment for us and make lessons more fun, exciting, and educational. Growing up in a positive environment naturally helps a person grow and develop into a good human being. That's it. Thank you.
Yep. Excellent. No, thank you so much. So, my last question is for Shanza. Showing respect to our teachers can have positive impact on our education as we discussed in several ways. So, how can we show respect to our teachers um, and positively impact your own education?
Yeah, so I think students who like to share a positive relationship with their teacher develop stronger social skills, and showing respect to your teachers may have a great impact on your education, because I think we should respect everyone. And for example, if you're weak in studies, so the teacher may take extra time for you and have some extra classes with you. So I think, and respecting your teacher be- is a part of life. Yeah, and we should always respect everyone, and especially teachers. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Shanza. Thanks. That was a great answer.
Thank you.
So sorry, do you wanna add anybody wanna add, any participants want to add anything?
No, no.
No, thank you.
All right. All right. Now that we have completed our question part here, we will move on to our final segment of this podcast. And I would like to invite our special guest, Jacqueline, to share her thoughts on this topic and give some advice to our participants and our viewers.
Well, thank you first and foremost again, Manwar, for having me. What an amazing opportunity to just positively support and influence young minds in particular. The topic I found of great interest because it is true that, the academic culture is something that can never be taken away from you. So whether you're in a classroom environment or just out experiencing life, please remember some of the things, ladies, that you've talked about. So to Faiza and Shanza and Afsa, what an amazing opportunity for you to really use your voice. I can see your positivity and understanding of the importance of respect for your teachers, your educators, the adults in your life. And what I really wanted to just reinforce is that it's easy to make a choice to be positive or negative. And so if you can wake up every morning and look at the positive aspects, which I think all of you spoke about, that will help you. Others will see your joie de vivre or, your ability to look at the positive and bring that about in the world. I think the other thing that I heard you all speak about was the value. So whether it's within your own home unit, that extends to your friend network, and obviously maybe in the careers that you'll choose to take, there are values that we all hold dear. And, respect is one of the most amazing values that you can impart, not only to yourself, but into your workplace, your school environment, through your friends, your family. You talked about personal growth and development, and it's true. Again, we're going back to the foundation of education. And one of the things that I want to remind you is that it's okay not to know everything right at the beginning, and that life is a journey that we want to learn and continue to grow and evolve. So sometimes there are going to be setbacks. And just know that if you have a strong network of people supporting you and embracing what your goals and aspirations for life are, that making mistakes or stumbling or falling or not having all the answers right up front, it's okay. And as long as you have the confidence to either pick yourself up and try again, or to be humble and say, I don't really understand what's going on. Can you help me? Or to look at and self-evaluate and say, gee, that didn't quite work out the way that I had hoped. What can I do to change or improve the environment? Very quickly, I know that Manwar and I both have experienced setbacks, and, in our personal and professional careers. And we certainly are older than you girls, you young ladies. And, every day there is disappointment, but it's what you're doing to move forward and evolve from those situations. And I think that the three of you in particular have great potential for the future. So I just want to end by saying that, we're in this together. And I think that specifically when we talk about either your relationship with teachers or respect for the world at large. I mean, it's very easy for me to see that all of you are very positive and forward thinking, and that you embrace sort of the good in people. But unfortunately, the world isn't like that. And so if you can help to educate and remind people that actually the world is good and great, and that people should be welcoming and respectful of everybody, no matter of our differences, that we all have something positive to contribute to a greater tomorrow. So that's a little bit of my feedback, my encouragement for all of you, my advice for the listeners. And again, just a sincere appreciation, not only to Manwar for inviting me, but kudos or job well done, ladies. It takes a lot of confidence to be able to come on a platform like this and to be able to express how you're feeling. And I wish you the very, very best in all of your future pursuits.
Excellent. Thank you, Jacqueline, for your insights. We have come to the end of the podcast. I would like to thank our participants, Shanza, Afza, and Faiza. I also want to thank Jacqueline, our special guest, for taking out of your busy schedule and joining here to encourage our participants and get chance our viewers to what you had to say and share your thoughts. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. Before we wrap up, I would like to remind our listeners that there are several resources available to help individuals dealing with bullying. The Government of Alberta has a bullying helpline, which is always there. It's a 24/7 helpline, provides support and advice to those who experience bullying. And that helpline can be reached at 1-888-456-2323. Bullying is a violation of human rights. Under no circumstances is bullying acceptable. As community, we have shared responsibility to stand against bullying and not to be a bystander. Thank you for joining in conversation with Manwar Khan. and we will see you next week. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.